An easy way to show images in Django on deployment. Debug equals false. I am using Django 1.8 and Python 3.4.3, and I have been running my app on debug mode, and found a way to show images inside a directory configured on media_root. This was my first question and the solution I have found: how to upload and show images in Django. But reading the docs I found that solution is not suitable for a served app, so, if I stop using debug equals true, the images will not be displayed, and I have to use one of the options exposed on this link, static files on deployment. But I don't have money to pay another server, I just can pay my hosting on Python anywhere, and for the option to use the same server for the images, I don't have idea how to automate the collect static, and also don't know how to trigger it when a user uploads a new image. I have used ASP.NET and PHP 5 and I didn't had problems with the images in none of them, so I have two questions. Is there an easy way to show images URLs? Is there a high-risk security problem if I deploy my app with debug equals true? I hope you can help me, because I find this ridiculous. Probably is for better security, but it just not make sense for a framework. Instead of making the work easier, it make it more difficult and stressful.
Django Run Server is not intended for serving up static files in a production environment. It should be limited to development and testing environments. If you are intending to use Django's Run Server to server up static files with debug equals false, then use the insecure flag. You should never deploy a site with debug equals true due to security implications. Static files and media assets are two different things. Static files. Static files are things like images you created and files that come with third-party apps you have installed, for example Django CMS. These files include images, CSS and JavaScript files, etc. So you need to have a settings.static_root for this. Python manage.py collects static files from different locations and puts them all in a single folder. Media files. Media files are things the user uploads, for example photos, documents, etc. So you have a settings.media_root for this. Collect static won't do anything to media files, they will just be there already once the user uploads them. Serving up static and media files in production. Frameworks like Django aren't going to cover automatic production server configuration. That is something else you will have to learn, unfortunately. There are a lot of good guides around, for example this one, to help you get started serving media and static files in production. Regarding server costs, I'm sure you can find a host to give you some free credit, or pay $5 per month for a server somewhere. Try Lowenbox. Here's a guide from Python Anywhere regarding media and static files. This URL.
One, in urls.py add. And open URL, this URL. 2. Never deploy a site into production with debug turned on. Debug equals true is a security issue.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.